Hello beauties, welcome back to my channel. It's Cece, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. Join the family, the growing family. I'm 37 weeks pregnant, onto my second baby girl. How crazy is that? This is the bump we're working with right now. She's defo popped. I mean, wow, I'm out of breath. As I said, this is my second baby, so I feel like I've kind of got the hospital bag down to a T. Like I've nailed it. Not gonna lie, I do actually feel like I nailed it the first time. Pretty much everything I packed I used, bar a few things. But I never did a video before, and I'm 37 weeks pregnant. I gave birth at 39 weeks, so that means that I've only got a couple of weeks left if the same thing happens again. But who knows? The baby will come when the baby is ready. And I am so excited to be having another girl. Birdie Blue's gonna get a little baby sister. There's only gonna be 14 months between them. And if you haven't watched our journey or finding out I'm pregnant and just kind of like our whole story, then first of all, welcome, please stick around, but also feel free to go back and watch everything that I've documented over the past 2 years. 2 pandemic babies, what on earth? Let's get straight into this hospital bag. If you haven't got time to watch this video, no worries, I'll leave a list of everything that I talk about below, but I do want to talk about the purposes of each thing and the practicalities and what I did and didn't use. So it's going to be interesting doing kind of like my second hospital bag versus my first, and I can tell you directly what I didn't use. But some things I'm going to pack again anyway, because you just never know how it's going to go. First of all, my top tip, this is the hospital bag we're working with, but it's not a hospital bag, it's a full-blown suitcase. And I'm telling you now, it's the best thing ever, like to actually have a wheelie suitcase rather than bags that you need to carry. You can just wheel this right in, do you know what I mean? So I've got my metal suitcase. This is the one that I actually used the first time round in 2020, and gonna use it again. It was brilliant. Just cracked her open and everything was here in their little kind of Ziploc bags. What are these called? Packing cubes from Amazon. I will try and link as much as possible as well down below. That's not necessarily personal items, that's just more practical things that I'm recommending to you. But so I'm gonna go through my lists on my phone, on my notes. I will screenshot them and add them to my stories as well as obviously listings below. But if you're not following me on Instagram, it's Cece Clark, and I update you guys a lot more regularly over on my Insta. But what is in my hospital bag? Well, first and foremost, you do not want to forget your hospital notes, your doctor's notes, and your birth plan. So make sure they're all in a folder and put to the top of your case. Of course, you're going to be having appointments before you give birth, but it always goes back in the case towards the last few weeks. So I don't have to remember to grab it, but it's all going to be on the list, and Buzzy is going to have a copy of this as well. So make sure your partner has a copy of your packing list just in case, because I've actually got a grab section. So to wear to the hospital, I've just kind of referenced what I want both of us to wear, which is just fresh trainers and socks, a tracksuit, black bra and black knickers and a coat. That is prepared in my wardrobe, and Buzzy will have his prepared as well. I've just put down for him new t-shirt, tracksuit, fresh trainers. No one has to have anything new, but I just have this thing about having a new outfit that's just, it feels fresh, like we know what to change into, and it just makes it exciting. That's what we did last time, and it worked for us. Buzzy put his new trainers on, his t-shirt. We knew that it was all systems go. If you haven't seen my labour vlog, please do go and watch it, because I am really proud of that kind of documentation of our birth with Birdie, and it's helped a lot of women, and it is realistic, but it was beautiful. And I love watching it back. In fact, I'm going to do a video of Buzzy and I reacting to the uncut version, because I just watch back, not that it's much different, but you know, I just watch it back on YouTube, but there's lots of kind of unseen bits. So I'm going to actually do a video of reacting to our labour and birth vlog. So stay tuned. Right, so they are the kind of outfits that we want to vibe with, turn up to the hospital. As I said, I already knew I was in labour. It wasn't a big panic. I had time to get ready over the course of 2 days whilst I was having contractions at home, and I was charging all my cameras up, everything like that. And then when the contractions got closer together, we then left for hospital. So we still had time to prepare. We knew when shiz was getting real. We have another to grab section, so for my partner to grab. Buzzy has to get the placenta bag, so this has to be kind of cooling in the fridge, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I've been kindly gifted this by Cherished Placentas last time. In fact, this is probably one of my only regrets. I didn't do anything with my placenta. I didn't even see my placenta. I don't even remember what it looks like. So this time I want to bag her up and turn her into like capsules. You can do all sorts, but Cherished Placentas is a really gorgeous kind of company, independent as well. I've heard such good things about preserving your placenta and ingesting it through either smoothies or capsules, little tablets. So I'm going to give it a go. Why not? I'll try anything once. Also in this grab bag, it's mostly equipment because of course I film on my cameras and I have my chargers out, so I need to make sure that they're put back in the case on the day that it happens, because the second time around this birth might be quicker and it might escalate a lot faster. So I've got things like my cameras, extension lead, that is really important, and that's actually in here already. To be honest, a lot of things will be in here, but it's just in case it's not. He needs to just grab like the phone chargers, SD cards, laptop charger and tripod. So I'm just going to show you what's in here. I've also got my Polaroid camera. I loved using this throughout birth and labour in the hospital last time, and my camera before actually blew up as soon as she was born. It totally like made a huge bang, and I mean my screen was louder, but yeah, it made a huge bang and was totally kaput. But the last picture that it ever took was the moment that Birdie came out and I was holding her for the first time. So I bought a new one and we're going to use it again. Got my tripod, a really lightweight one, because I really want to document the birth again for you this time. I'm not putting pressure on myself. We didn't find it stressful last time. In fact, it really encouraged me to kind of stick to my guns with everything that with my birth plan. I mean, you can't really stick to a birth plan because it can go out the window for all sorts of medical reasons. It just made me feel accountable to everything that I kind of had in my mind to turn down. Like I didn't want a medicated birth, things like that. So I don't know, filming it just made me feel like I wanted to prove that I could do it for me, not for anyone else. And I'm proud that I did. Of course, it doesn't always go that way. Who knows what's going to happen this time. I've got my camera in here, a portable charger, phone charger, well, it charges anything that's USB. Another little, oh, this is really handy. I didn't use it last time, but a fan. Oh, a bit hot right now, to be honest. So I didn't use the fan before, but you never know, might be hot this time. I gave birth in November before, and I'm giving birth at the end of January or February this time. A portable speaker. Cannot recommend it more. I don't know what I would have done without mine, because I didn't want to wear earphones because I couldn't hear what the nurses were saying to me every 5 minutes, and I obviously wanted to speak to Buzzy, but I wanted to have my affirmations on and my music on in the background. We were listening to all sorts, from Nicki Minaj, J-Lo, old school R&B, like this was getting me through. So I've actually got my speaker, but I was playing my music from this before, which is gonna be in the hospital bag again. It's my Starlight, and it like reflects beautiful galactic stars and gives you the ambience and the vibes, but the lights down low. I had this going when I was at home trying to get the oxytocin flowing and making myself feel calm, and all of the things that I did throughout labour really helped, including this. So I took this to hospital and I actually played my music off it as well. Yeah, the nurses didn't mind. The doctor came in the room at one point, he was like, oh, this is the party room, and I was like, yeah, I mean, hope the baby comes out dancing. So I recommend that. We've got a phone charger, but yeah, an extension lead. Cannot recommend an extension lead more, because sometimes the plug socket's like way over there, or if you're in bed and your partner's not able to be with you through the whole duration of it. Buzzy had to go home at one point, and I asked him to plug the extension lead in so I could have my phone and cameras just charging next to me rather than having to reach back all the way to the wall. It's just such a handy thing to have. Again, my SD cards. I am going to take my AirPods just in case I do want to shut everyone off for a little while, but I quite like having it on the speaker. But you never know, the hospital might not allow. Like some people are funny. I feel like different hospitals have different rules, different people have different rules and preferences, and nurses, and yeah, so you just have to prepare for all scenarios really. But that really helped. And by the way, even though this case is going to be packed, I've just got like a bag for life type thing for all my grab and go stuff. and we will be putting snacks in here, which was really handy before. So snacks, perhaps your pillow, a blanket. I mean, you can pack a blanket, anything that's kind of dregs of the house that you just need to whack in the bag and you don't want to open up the suitcase. Protein shake, so I love After Eights, so I had a whole box I think before throughout labour, and protein shakes are a must. Lucozade, energy drinks, chocolates, just anything you fancy when you're sick. So for me it's like Lucozade. I'm not saying that, I mean a lot of people do feel sick, but it's just almost like anything that is easy to stomach because you've got so much adrenaline and you're exhausted, and then at the same time you don't get hungry but you need to replenish the energy back into your body. So I would say things like whatever your favourite comfort food is. That for me it's like Lunchables and crisps and chocolate. I did manage to drink a lot of Lucozade, and I took a box of Quality Streets and I ate all the strawberry and orange ones because they're my favourites. So I definitely recommend having your snack bags ready. Oh, Haribo's as well, and like fizzy sour sweets. Just anything you fancy, guys. Let me know what your favourite in fact, let me know anything that I miss out in this video that was a lifesaver for you, or just you really benefited from taking and packing in your hospital bag. Let me know, and also let me know what your favourite snacks are throughout pregnancy. But oh my goodness, when you have that toast at the end, it's like a thing in the UK, you have tea and toast after you've given birth. I always found it funny when I read people's birth stories and I was like, that is so English, but it actually is the best thing that I've ever tasted. It tasted like toast and tea from another world, and I had about 10 slices. I was like, and I also had a tuna sandwich after birth. I just suddenly had this like wave of hunger and it was amazing. I devoured everything. Okay, so I think that is the grab and tech stuff covered. Now for the most important little person, our baby. So you don't want to forget the car seat because the nurses won't let you go home. I mean, you don't want to go home without a car seat and your baby being safe. So secure that in your car. Obviously, you can do that way before you give birth if you've got the space. I'm really close to my hospital, so Buzzy can pop back and forth. Like, I'm literally 5 minutes away. I could even have a home birth. I'm so close to hospital, but quite enjoyed going to hospital, weirdly. So car seat is covered. Now onto the cute stuff. This is literally all of baby's things in one packing cube. Everything for baby in here. Now we have a couple of muslins. I didn't really use muslins before, I don't think. But it's always good to have them just in case the babies are sick or you need them to wipe any mucus or anything off the baby or yourself, I don't know. So muslins, now onesies. I've got 3, look how tiny. This was actually the first thing that Birdie wore. The very first thing. And I'm going to take it for, nearly said her name then. Can't wait to tell you guys her name. So I'm going to take this for her just in case, but I do want her to have her own outfit. But I'm going to take this because it was just so easy to put that on Birdie. So 3 first size onesies. Birdie was small. I'm expecting this baby to be a bit bigger, but probably no bigger than 8 pounds. So she was 6 pounds too, tiny. And that was hanging off of her. So, and also because they're all scrunched up, they're trying to create warmth and keep the warmth in, so their legs don't stretch out into these onesies, so it's just like wrapping it up into a ball. Well, this kind of counts as a onesie. It's a vest, just so cute. And oh, by the way, this was from Next, but this is like 2 years ago, so they might not do it anymore. But little kind of leggings with feet. Don't faff about with socks. I mean, I am going to take an outfit that does come with socks, but you just want them to be in an all-in-one. It's the easiest way. So this and this goes together. So I've got 3 first size or newborn vests, 3 first size newborn onesies. I have 1 special outfit. So before I stayed over one night and then the next morning I got her dressed in a little cute outfit for a picture because she was right beside me. I felt really good. Well, I felt exhausted, but you know, I felt really excited to take a little picture and had the energy to do so. So I got her dressed in a cute outfit. So this time we've got, I bought this for Birdie but she never wore it, these little rainbow trousers I got from Etsy. They go with this little hat. They will want to wear a hat whether it's summer or winter. You want to keep the warmth on their head because they've just come out of your body and are feeling the cold, so they just want to be wrapped up warm, but of course my girls are winter babies anyway, so the essential is the pom-pom hats. So this little outfit, we've got these trousers, this little cardigan, which is from Dandelion, and then we've got this little pom-pom hat. And Birdie never wore any of this, which is good because little baby girl has her own identity. Birdie did wear this though. This basically, she lived in this. It's so cute, so I'm going to take that as well. Another little onesie, I just can't cope with how tiny they are. I am going to take 2 0 to 3 months as well, vests, and 2 0 to 3 month onesies, just in case she's a chunk. But you know, I'm not really expecting her to be a 9-pounder or anything, but you never know. So I'm going to take 2 of those, and then I've just got a few little vests, as I said, of each size, 3 and 3. Tiny. A short sleeve one as well, you never know. I mean, they're not going to have any nappy explosions when they're newborn because it's just like thick meconium tar. Little socks, but she probably won't wear those because I just want to keep the onesies on her. Another little cardigan. Blankets. So I've got 2 blankets. You want one that you can lay flat over the kind of incubator, and then one to obviously wrap your baby in. I have actually got a little swaddle as well that I bought from Amazon, and it's like a Velcro swaddle, so you don't have to do all the folding and all sorts. But I've also got this because this was a lifesaver, and I only discovered this when she was like a month old, but she liked having her arms up rather than strapped down, so the Love to Dream swaddles might be a bit big when she's first newborn, but I'm going to take that with me just in case it really works. It's all trial and error to make them comfortable at first, to be honest, because all they want is just to be on you constantly, which is so cute. Got a little scarf, but that's just for decorative purposes because that is certainly not going around any baby's neck. So that is that. I definitely don't feel like I'm overpacking. Birdie wore only 2 vests and 2 onesies last time, and this time I've got only 3 of the newborn sizes and 2 0 to 3 months. I have to admit, it doesn't matter if something's too big on a baby either because they just need to be wrapped up. Nothing needs to necessarily fit perfectly. Everything was hanging off of Birdie, but it was quite cute actually. A few more things you'll want for baby that aren't clothing are first little toys. So I've got a couple of little toys. I mean, they can't play with toys, but it's cute for a little picture and just like a little sentimental comfort. Do you know what I mean? You might want the "Hello, my name is" disc. Or a little outfit. I'm going to get my girl a little outfit that is embroidered with her name. 1 pack of nappies. So I've got the Pura nappies in newborn size, and I really rate Pura products. I've got Pura baby wipes as well, and I've been loving the wipes. It's just water and organic aloe vera, no perfume, no alcohol, biodegradable, 100% compostable. This is not an ad. But yeah, so I'm going to give these a go. And also you can use cotton warm water, but the wipes do the job, honestly, and it's not bad for your baby. 22 nappies should be plenty. 1 pack of wipes is absolutely plenty. And then I've got some formula and a tiny little bottle to take with me. I have to say, the hospital will help you with everything feeding wise, from syringes to pumping. But I took really well, me and Birdie took really well the first time, so I'm hoping that my next baby does, and I'm pretty confident in breastfeeding. This is just a in case kind of thing. The other things I would suggest are, you can have Vaseline if you want to put it on the baby's bum to make it less sticky when you're changing their first poos. Little mittens you could pack, but I actually recommend the onesies that fold over. Much better because the mittens fall off and you lose them. I don't think you really need colic stuff for a baby that's that newborn. Birdie only needed a little bit of Infocol a few weeks after when we were home. I am going to take 1 dummy though, 1 pacifier. I didn't give one to Birdie again until she was about a month old, but I'm just going to see if, you know, if the baby's very like unsettled, you never know, it might really help her. So I'm going to take 1 dummy, and now onto clothes for moi. So I feel like I packed really well the first time, and I'm going to basically be packing all the same things again. So a must-have are slippers. I absolutely loved having fluffy slippers at hospital. It was just such a comfort on my feet. But be warned, they will get dirty, they will get stuff on them, especially when your waters are break and you're walking around. But yeah, slippers are a must. A dressing gown or a robe is a must. A comfortable like fleecy one, or whatever you like. And actually my robe will end up being my blanket, so you could take a blanket, but that for me is enough comfort. And the hospital has all the blankets you can ask for, and pillows, and but obviously if you have your own personal preference, then take that, of course. And then this is the cube of my clothes that I'm taking. So we have 2 black nursing bras. These are both from Amazon and both amazing. This was so comfortable. You don't want any wires or anything, but this kind of latches down. And then this was really comfortable as well. It's just stretchy. I'm planning on having a water birth this time, but probably won't happen. We'll see. But I'm actually just going to wear my bra and black knickers in the pool, not bikini or anything, because these are just comfortable. I don't care if they get wet. Like, it's absolutely fine. And then you want a pack of knickers. Now, I live in thongs. You cannot wear thongs throughout labour because you have to wear big pads. So these little knickers are the style that I wore throughout my first labour. And yeah, you just want to take a pack of them, like maybe 3. But to be honest, you'll be swapping from these, well, unless you prefer pads. I much preferred the incontinence pads. We'll get to that in a minute. 2 pairs of socks. Might need more. Don't know. I'm going to take this actually this time. I didn't wear this before, but it's a stretchy maternity dress, and when you're in labour and you don't want your knickers on because you need to check like how dilated you are, you're obviously pushing for a lot of the time as well. Not for a lot of the time, but for a good chunk, and you might not want to be totally naked. This is a good option because it's stretchy, you can lift it up and kind of feel slightly covered, so everything isn't out. But yeah, that's probably a really great thing that I'll wear this time. A couple of black vests that will just be for the next day or for after birth. This I actually wore when I was in hospital. It's just like a little cashmere cardigan from, got it from ASOS, but it's DKNY. Really soft. So I'll be taking that because it's just so cozy in that. And then a tracksuit to come home in. I mean, I'm kind of assuming that I'll be out maybe after 1 or 2 days, so this will cover me. So I've just got a tracksuit with a zip down top, because when you're breastfeeding, you want your baby to be on your skin. You want to be able to open it up and not have a hoodie that you have to lift up, or a jumper that's impractical. So bear that in mind. That's definitely a good tip. And then we have my lucky shirts. I always say pack a memorable one because, I don't know, whatever you wear is going to be memorable. But this was certainly memorable. I was wearing this the day I went into labour and just kept it on. When I got to hospital, I was wearing it and just felt like a rock star. I loved it. You know me, I love being bright and colourful, and I'm going to take it again. My lucky shirt. Only lucky because I feel like it's just going to give me good vibes and bring me like a really positive reminder of when I was in labour with Birdie, and I look back at this and just love it. I actually freaked out thinking that I had lost it before this video. And then this shirt is really handy, just like a button shirt again, if you want to just be naked, totally naked underneath. We don't really have to wear our hospital gowns in the UK. I didn't have to wear a hospital gown, so I just wore this and was naked or wearing a bra underneath, but it was totally open. But it wasn't like a robe that was too hot, because the heating is on full pelt in these hospitals because they have to keep the babies warm. So you do get warm, you're not going to be cold, don't worry. Well, I say that. All hospitals are different, hopefully you don't get cold. But yeah, so that was really handy. Used both of those things and I will use them again. I've also got what Buzzy is going to pack in this case, which is just 2 t-shirts and a spare tracksuit and a pair of pants. It's very unlikely for him to be able to stay over, but he was there all day before, and as I said, we're only 5 minutes away, so he can always pop home and refresh himself and come back. Now onto my comfort/essentials list. I say comforts because you don't need all of these things, like makeup you certainly don't need, but some things that are essential, like incontinence knickers. No, you don't want to be going to hospital without these. Well, I don't anyway. They do provide you with pads and things, like you're not going to go without. They look after you, that's what they're there for. They're not going to say, oh, tough, you've got to bleed on the floor now, because when your waters break, there is a lot of liquid. So I wore these throughout the whole of labour, and then I also wore them the next day, and you continue to have the heaviest period of your life for weeks on end. I didn't stop bleeding for a long time, maybe over a month actually, but some women are lucky and it only lasts for up to 10 days. They look like this. I'll show you, they're very glamorous, and I was gutted to be out of these. Actually, the ones I had before were a little bit more attractive. But they're comfortable. Lifesaver, 1 pack of 12 should do me. In fact, I might take some more. The perineum water bottle is a must, but I can't find mine, so I've got to search for it high and low or order a new one. But it basically squirts water down there as you wee, because otherwise it stings a lot. So it just softens the feeling, the sharp feeling of anything that you need to do post-birth. Some people like to sit in a bowl of water to wee, but it just depends on obviously your circumstances. Oh, hello. Pack your cat as well, that's always an essential. Tell you what though, my cat's really, bumhole. My cat's really helped me throughout labouring at home, because they just made me feel comfortable, and they gave me like the love oxytocin hormone, which helps relax everything. Right, next we have wash bag. A wash bag is really important because they do get you to shower after birth, of course, and you might want to wash your hair. I didn't wash my hair, I just took dry shampoo. I'm going to go through what's in here. I used it all last time, so, oh no, I didn't use shampoo and conditioner, did I? But I'm going to take my More Than shampoo, which is like shampoo and conditioner in one. It's just really silky. It's more like conditioner, but it washes out the grease of in your hair. But again, I'm not planning on washing my hair. I don't wash it very often, so unless it's got sick or anything in it, I'm just going to refresh it with some dry shampoo. Got some toothpaste, toothbrush, moisturiser, a nail file, and nail clippers, because if I go into labour, my nails are like this. Sometimes they ask you to cut them down because they need to take your pulse or something. I actually did take these last time and I needed them, so I'm glad I did that. A razor. Probably won't need a razor. I don't know, you might want to freshen up and shave. Got a hair clip and some hair bubbles. So that is my wash bag, obviously for Buzzy and I. There's always soap in the showers. I mean, I could use my shampoo. I can't be bothered to pack soap. I don't know why, it just takes up so much space. Oh, I've got my tanning water as well, but it's just a mist that I'm going to spray on my face to, one, freshen up, because it's got like CBD, calendula and organic DHA. It's just quite calming for the skin, but also if you don't want to put any makeup on, it will give you a bit of a glow, a little bit of a bronze, and it's nice and refreshing. So I'm going to take that, hair bubbles, onto the makeup bag. My favourite part. No, it's not my favourite part. It's the part that people mostly think is totally unnecessary, but this isn't all makeup. It's some moisturiser and wipes. Oh, wipes are an essential, because you know, you want to take your makeup off or you can't get to the toilet to cleanse your face. Just take some cleansing wipes. So I used those before. I've got, in fact I probably don't need to take this moisturiser. This is a Murad overnight moisturising mask. Yeah, I'm going to take it, why not, I've got the space. So in my makeup bag, now I actually did my makeup whilst in labour. I did a get ready with me. It's on YouTube for you to watch, and then I took the products that I actually used to hospital, and I didn't have to top up my makeup throughout labour. I think I topped up my lipstick once, but because I use Hot Ombre, it literally does not come off at all. I used a nude, and I'm going to use the same one again, the Desert Grunge. 70% off sale at the moment, guys. So go and grab your lip kits. It lasts for the whole of labour. If that doesn't sell it to you, I don't know what will, but it's beautiful as well. It's not drying. I used gas and air, and my lips, like, it can dry your lips and mouth out, but they weren't like crusty or anything. It just really kept me going and made me feel powerful. So I just take a bronzer, a little kind of sheer foundation. This is for top-ups the next day, really, and I did actually just put a little bit of foundation and bronzer on with mascara, a waterproof mascara, because you're gonna be crying, girl. I took all my makeup off after birth when I had the energy, and then the next day when I felt a little bit better after a few hours sleep, I just put on a little bit, did my eyebrows, Benefit Precisely My Brow, a little bit of blush, just literally your pure essentials, and then perfume. Oh, I was going to spray this, but I might save it for the day that I go into labour, so it always reminds me. I already know what this smells like, but I've not smelt it in years. This is the Mason Francis Gentle Fluidity fragrance. Normally I get a few and then decide what one whilst I'm sniffing them, because it produces oxytocin, because I'm obsessed with perfume. I won't spray this all over me because you don't want your baby to, well, you want your baby to smell you and not your perfume, but I spray it a bit in the air, maybe a little bit on my wrists, but try not to get it all over your chest or anything like that. You just want it for the aromas and the good vibes. Perfume gives me good vibes. I've got Beauty Blender and just this little palette, just in case I can really be bothered to do my eyeshadow, but I definitely won't do that. There's no harm in having a just in case makeup bag, because I find it therapeutic and calming, and it makes me feel powerful when I wear makeup, so no harm. Actually, take that out of the box. I actually wore Desert Grunge, the shade Desert Grunge, throughout my first labour, so I'm going to wear that again this time. Oh, and my gloss and lip balm, all by Hot Ombre. The lip balm is, it kind of goes on top of the liquid lipstick, but it still means it's not transferable. It just makes your lips feel less dry. It turns it into satin. You can see it doesn't really come off, it doesn't pull off the product, and it just makes it more comfortable if you don't like matte products. Right, oh my goodness, is that everything? Hairbrush. Always need a hairbrush because my hair was so matted after birth. Ah, a towel. Now, they do have towels, but they're crusty AF, so if you want your own towel, then I would recommend that. But yeah, I think I'm going to pack a towel. Oh, tea lights. Clary Sage oil. These are kind of things that bring good vibes. So Clary Sage, aromatherapy, essential oils in a little like diffuser. You know, those kind of air diffusers. I used one of those at home, didn't take it to hospital, but it really helps you to relax, and it's actually a known essential oil that induces labour naturally, but it can also help you feel calm throughout the birth. So perhaps take that. I'm going to order a new one actually. Guys, I think that's everything. I mean, it's been a long video, I apologise, but you know, there's not loads. We literally have a cube for baby, a cube for me, a cube for Tech, and then all of the essentials and comforts are just dotted around. And I think that's everything. Oh, I'm gonna regret it so much if I've missed anything out. You could take a breast pump and breast pads, but quite honestly, it takes a while for your milk to come in, a few days. So unless you're in hospital for a while, then you're not gonna be leaking, I don't think. I certainly wasn't. It took a few days for my milk to come in, and then boy did I know it when yeah, I woke up with 2 rocks on my chest. I was like, whoa. Baby creams, you don't need any baby creams really. You don't want to be putting any creams on your newborn baby. They have a natural kind of film on their body that soaks in, and you just want them to be as natural as possible at first. When you first bath them, you don't even put soap on them. Well, I didn't. Right then guys, that is everything in my hospital bag. I hope you found that helpful or useful. Let me know if I'm missing anything or if you recommend anything additionally. One thing I did miss out was a straw. The hospitals should have a straw, but when you're laying down in a strange position and someone needs to give you some like Lucozade or water, it's always handy to have packed a little bamboo or glass straw. I truly am so excited to share this next chapter with you, my 2 girls, my next labour, like so many unknowns, and I love birth. I genuinely love birth. I don't know how my next one's gonna go, but yeah, feel free to go back and watch any of my videos, and I really hope I can capture it again this time. I will do a video about my birth plan for this baby, because I'm not gonna lie, I did have an amazing birth previously, but it didn't go to plan. It wasn't my birth plan. So it is a lot about your mindset and practicing hypnobirthing. So I guess one thing that I've missed out of my hospital bag is the main tool that I used throughout the whole of labour whilst I was in the hospital, and of course what I practiced before as well. And it's the Freya app, and it helps you to breathe in for 4, out for 8. And then it had affirmations, it made me feel strong. It obviously indicated whether my contractions were close enough together. So I took that with me. It's from the Positive Birthing Company. Couldn't recommend it more. It's just £40 for 6 hours of your life where you will learn more than you've ever learned. Well, maybe it's just me, but I honestly had no idea about labour and birth before I watched this course, I guess. And to be honest, what made me feel the most confident was learning, and knowledge is power, and knowing exactly what was happening to my body and that it was all natural and it was all happening for a reason. The contractions, because they go up at first then they come down, and totally blew my mind, but I just felt like I was ready for birth after taking part in that short course online. So I recommend that. I'll pop that link down below as well. But yeah, Ooh, I think it just hit me. I think it just hit me that I'm actually going to be giving birth in the next few weeks. Please do subscribe, give this video a little thumbs up, and I can't wait to reply to you all in the comments section below and see what your top suggestions are that you couldn't have kind of laboured without, I guess. Love you all so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Mwah. Bye!